Welcome to Being Friends with Jess and Toni-ann, an inside look at our friendship, millennial things, sports, and pop culture. Come laugh with us, or maybe at us, and let's be friends.
All right. Well,
maybe I'll think of it. Maybe I won't. Anyway, welcome back, friends.
okay. I didn't know we were going to do this thing, so you knew where to cut. Okay. Welcome back.
Anyway.
We are thriving, as us whites would say, living the dream.
Sorry. Did you just say what I think you said?
As us whites would say.
I don't think you should say that.
If that's offensive all of a sudden? We are very Caucasian. Well, because that's like the meme on the internet. They're like, white people love to say, like, living the dream. Like, it's
I don't
like
think I've
funny.
ever seen this meme.
Oh, really?
That's why I didn't get it. I was like, did you just make that up?
No. And I don't think it's offensive to call people whites.
I mean, I guess not, because we are.
That's
but like
what's the Ashton Kutcher Brittany Murphy movie, Just Married? You seen that?
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a very long time.
One of my favorite quotes is he's talking to Brittany Murphy's dad on the phone, and he's like an old money like guy, like, you know, and he calls him a cracker. And Ashton Kutcher is like, he called me a cracker, honey. I always think of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, starting off strong.
Always. It's hump day. Here we are.
It is. We pushed it back yet again. You know, we're busy peeps. It's fine. It'll come out the same day. We hope. Don't worry.
Are we busy, or I was just in debilitating back pain already?
Well, I wasn't gonna expose you like that.
It's fine.
You know.
You can expose me. It's my fault, everybody. It's my fault. Anyway, Toni-ann's mad that I made her delay her drink. So please tell me what you're drinking, because I'm very curious.
I wasn't mad.
No, you weren't mad, but I did it for the dramatics.
Well, I'm mad about this. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad about this for my drink. Okay, so I was gonna make a cocktail. Okay, because now I'm drinking for 3, and but I went to go get a seltzy. Okay, I was gonna mix it with something like a regular seltzer, Canada Dry, and this is now like the 4th time I need to take it up with Canada Dry. Listen.
A very angry email is
coming.
It? No.
You didn't hear it?
No.
Wait, I'm gonna try by the speaker. I don't know what the speaker is. Anyway, if you can't hear it, this is all empty air in here. Okay.
Oh, like they didn't fill the can. Well, I can see the dent.
Yeah, it is a half full can. Okay, so I'm gonna open it now. It's unopened. Look, uncracked. So now I'm gonna crack it open. It's also did not just fizz, so it's probably also very flat.
Well, you just stuck it around for 30 minutes telling us that there was air in it.
It's very flat. Now I'm upset. Now it's just water. You know, like, this is the thing. I thought I was gonna make a cocktail, and instead I was like, oh, fine, just plain seltzer, and now it's flat. I hate my life.
I didn't even bring a drink down here because I didn't want to deal with having to pee.
But Canada Dry, look, it's still not coming out.
Yeah, that's really messed up.
You have some explaining to do.
Oh, one of Toni-ann's angry emails is coming.
I already sent them a tweet, and they didn't answer because I don't know if Canada Dry is really high up on the Twitter poll anymore.
No, I feel like the Twitter complaints are like really hard to get through some days. I mean, me complaining to Optimum didn't go unseen. But apparently went unseen enough for me to still not get a credit for the terrible service that I had for months. So like, this isn't even, it's just, it is ridiculous at this point because I can't remember my real ridiculous thing, but when I remember it, I will share with the group. But I spent half the week last week fighting with Optimum to try and get a credit because my internet was so terrible, and they were like, well, we don't have any call logs from you. I was like, well, that's weird because I've reset the box with this stupid robot at least 6 times, like, because it's impossible. Like, I don't need to get to it. You say you have an internet problem, and then this robot comes on, is like, oh, I see that your gateway is blocked. Let me restart your gateway. And then they restart the gateway, and then all of a sudden it's fixed. Okay, great. But, like, okay, and I also did chats with, like, the customer service people on the Optimum site. And they're like, no, you have to call if you want to try and get a credit. I was like, I'm going to fucking kill you people, is what I'm going to do. So I was like, it wasn't even worth complaining about, honestly. Like, I'm just like, I don't even care anymore. I want you out of my life. Like, I want you out of my life. So now we have the new Wi-Fi. And as you can see, I'm back in the office area and we have a good connection.
Yes,
so
we do.
I can't say that changing the Wi-Fi was not a good idea. It was time. And now I just have no idea what channel is what or what's even included in my package. So I'm just sitting here talking to a remote like I'm 80 years old. Like, put on the Disney Channel. Put on.
Oh, you can go when you go to the TV guide.
Yeah.
You go to the guide, click guide a second time when you're in the guide. And there's a little checkbox where you can check off subscribed and it'll only show you the channels that you have subscribed to.
Interesting.
Yeah, I learned that because I have basically basic cable and I have like almost no channels. So I have to do
I
that.
have like the 300 like.
But either way,
channels,
it'll not show you ones that you're not subscribed to.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a little cheat sheet.
Thank you for that.
And go through and make like favorites and stuff.
Yeah, I can do that. I mean, obviously, when you watch things, like they come up in your recently watched.
Yeah.
So that helps. But yeah,
and all the DVR things set too.
I'm just gonna be like 80 and talking to the remote for a little bit.
I do it all the time.
I mean, it is nice, like because it works, you know.
Right.
Like,
yeah, it actually understands you pretty well, that remote.
Yeah, it's like a Google remote. It's like Google Active. Yours might not be. Mine is, I guess, because it's newer.
Oh,
but mine is literally like Google, like it has like the Google Dots and lines and stuff.
Oh, that's new.
So,
cool. Collab.
Yeah, so that's that.
Well, congrats for the new Wi-Fi, and it helps me too, so I'm happy.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, what's up with you?
Nothing. I have to go refer to our notes to know what we were going to talk about because I already forgot.
Oh, that wasn't even in my note. Just went off.
Yeah, but we were going to talk about that. Let's start with some TV talk.
Okay.
Because we could all put it together. So I'm assuming, have you got much further in your Love is Blind?
No, but I have to say, like, I was very excited that it was in Minnesota, right? It's in Minnesota.
Why?
Because I'm, like, excited for the accent, and then there's only one guy that has, like, a good Minnesota accent.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on.
Yeah, I think the rest of them must be, like, they, like, came from other parts of the country. Because
Yeah,
he really is the only one that has it.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, Marshall Erickson, thank you for showing up for the group. Thank you so much. It's not that, like, I just haven't gone back to it because I'm, like, debating if I'm just going to move on without my husband or if, like, he actually said that he wants me to watch it without him and he doesn't. And then if I watch it without him, he's going to be like, what the hell? And then I'm going to have to watch it again. And I don't know if it's really something I want to watch 2 times. So that's my holding place right now.
You need to get a clear decision from the husband.
I do. So, like, maybe I'll use this weekend to, like, catch up, do whatever.
Well, without any spoilers.
Yeah, don't spoil, but what are your opinions?
So far, they've shown up through, like, the parent meeting episodes. Like, that's kind of where they left off until the new episodes. I think, like, more.
My God, I feel like that is very far along. How many drops have they done? 1 or 2?
There's been 2 releases so far. I missed the first release, which was, like, I guess just the pod episodes. And then they released 3 more or 4 more. And I think there's 3 more episodes this year than normal because they added more people.
Yeah. Well, the other thing with it too is that, like,
they really dragged out the pods.
I need a little more space in between the drops because, like, it's a 2-hour-long show. You want me to binge it. This isn't COVID times anymore. I don't have that time on my hands. I have, like, a life again and a job and I need to do other things than sit on the couch and watch Love is Blind. Like, I have other places to go.
Right.
So I feel like a week in between drops is just unrealistic for the regular American person. So, Netflix, how about you give us some time? Because by the time I catch up to the first 4, the whole season's over.
Well, that was my problem, is that I didn't, the first day it dropped, which I think was Valentine's Day, I didn't watch it. And then my whole work, water cooler chat was going off about it. And I'm like, please stop talking about it, because I haven't started it yet. And then when the new episodes dropped, I was like, well, okay, whatever. I'll just binge it all at once, because I do have the time to do that. But I agree. Like, they're churning out these seasons like way too quick. Like, I feel like the last season just ended.
Right. Like, I didn't have time to recuperate from that. Also,
and
like,
now I can't remember episodes and people. I can't even remember who was in last season, because they just, like, they're so quick. Like, we're already in season 8. I can't remember all these people.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, I have to share the TV with a 2-year-old. So, like,
yeah,
typically this could be something that I would put on in the background and, like, do my work to. But, sometimes you have to give in and watch Bluey in Kindergarten, the musical, and, what else do I watch? Yeah, it's a great show.
Always Moana.
No, that's not, I've tried to stay away from the Disney Plus lately. I'm just trying to put on, like, Disney Channel so that the shows that she's not interested in, she doesn't pay attention, but it's still like on for background noise,
Yeah.
So she doesn't ask me to put on other things. And I'm like, it's not on right now. It'll be on in a little bit. Oh, the Super Kitties. Super Kitties, they're superheroes that are kittens.
This is life. We're in TV talk, and of course it's now.
Now it's how I share a TV with the 2-year-old.
But Love is Blind, I have to say, because I guess Netflix has, started to charge everyone an obscene amount of money for subpar content.
And they have ads now.
You have ads. You're not allowed to share passwords anymore. All these new revenue streams. They finally, in this season of Love is Blind, use real music. Like,
the masses are talking about this. I don't even think I realized that they didn't use real music.
Are you kidding? That was my favorite part of Love is Blind in the past, is like they'd be talking about something, and let's say it's like a dramatic conversation, and then all of a sudden in the background you'd hear a crescendo of a song that is not really like a real song. It's like basically like a stock photo version of a song, and it was like, I don't know if we can make it. And it's like something so topical to what's going on in the show. It's my favorite. Like,
it's literally like how I found the intro song for like background music for this podcast.
Yeah, like it's just like stock music. That's what Netflix was using. Like, it was when they were like lovey-dovey and love, it would just be a generic song like "We'll be together forever," and it's like if you like go back and watch previous seasons, you'll know what I'm talking about. And they still have those songs sprinkled in here or there, but then they also have like random songs you've heard on the radio lately, and I'm like, whoa, Netflix, what are we doing here? I was like shocked. What are you writing down?
The ridiculous thing. It came back to me.
Okay.
But we'll have to finish the TV talk and then we'll go back to it. So I have to write it before I forget it.
So Netflix is using some of their new revenue to get music rights to actual normal songs, which is, I guess, a decent switch up to the show. But Minnesota in general has been very boring so far, which I guess is exactly what we should have expected out of Minnesota, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. It's not pretty bad. Like, it's a normal Love is Blind season. It's just, they're boring.
Okay, but now I'm going to say something that hurts me to say, but I am very behind on The Bachelor as well. And I just feel like with the plethora and saturation of dating shows.
Wow, nice words.
When you keep watching like the same ones over and over and over again, and like everyone's now out there just to be on social media and make a career, like it takes away from the vibe of the show.
I get that.
Because it's insanely different now than it was watching Bachelor 10 or 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, so different. Because, yes, there were people that were, like, there that were, like, I remember in one season, there was, like, a guy who wanted to be a pro wrestler. And that was, like, his reason for being on the show. They were like, you just want to take off on your wrestling career. Like, the guys, you know what I mean? And it was, like, this whole thing about his wrestling career. And then there was always, like, an aspiring musician on every single season that was like, well, you're just here to put out your demo or whatever, like, you know. But now it's like everyone's there because they're like, okay, I'm either gonna get 1 million followers, or I'm gonna wind up engaged, or I'm gonna end up
Both.
on 3 different Bachelor spin-offs, you know.
Yeah, true.
So it takes away from the authenticity. Yeah, and the experiment. I don't know. Like, I'm just like behind on The Bachelor. I don't know. Maybe it's because of like where I'm at in life too. I'm just like, I don't have time to keep up with this. But it's not that I don't want to. It's just like, all right, let's move it along. Like, I got a lot of shows to watch and not a lot of time.
I know. So that's so that's Love is Blind so far. I will say, I don't remember how many couples there are. I want to say 5 or 6.
Yeah, I thought there was 5 or 6. I saw that somewhere.
And I'm only confident that like 1, maybe 2 will make it to the altar.
Well, so we'll see. After we had a season of just 2 people making it to the altar. Like, yeah. And I think that's the disappointing part too, is like nobody takes it seriously. And like you used to have everybody make it, and then you would have everybody make it to the end, and then all of a sudden now it's like, nope, everybody's breaking up and dropping like flies, and it's like, well, what is the point? Well, now the point is for you to say no to their face.
Yeah, in the recent seasons, they've really leaned on the like bombshells dropping, like things that like they should have known from like a simple like background screening or like interview before you put these people on the show, but you know that they just let it happen because they think it's drama. So like it takes again away from the authenticity, because like producers knew that this was a thing in this guy's life and you were just waiting to drop it, like something like that.
The other thing too is that I heard that the editing this season is like really awful.
I haven't noticed that.
People said that it's like very choppy, like that, like you could tell that they were like having conversations and then like kind of like, I guess, skipping around. Like, I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet to like tell, but I think it was like on the honeymoon. I saw something about somebody like talking about like, it was like something about a bikini wax, and the girl was like saying how she was like uncomfortable from the bikini wax, and then they tried to like she couldn't do something because of it, but then they tried to spin it like she was disappointed that she couldn't sleep with the guy that she met with because like whatever. But like apparently the editing of that scene was like terrible.
Oh, I didn't catch that, but yeah, I could see that coming. I thought there was one scene, I don't remember what it was, but I thought there was one scene that I remember watching going like, oh, I think it was like either somebody was like had a sweatshirt on, then all of a sudden they didn't, or like something like weird like that. So
so not like
because again, they're getting sloppy, they're just churning it out. Slow it down, Netflix. So that's Love is Blind.
Quality over quantity.
The only other TV show that I don't think you watch either, White Lotus, has returned.
I really don't understand this show. Like, everybody's obsessed with it, and like I haven't tried to get into it, but I was very confused by like season 2 when everybody was talking about it, and they were like, did this person die? Did that person die? This person died? And then it was like, I was confused on if the celebrities were playing themselves or other people. Like, I was very confused from the sidelines. So
no, yeah, it is a confusing show because basically every season, every season's basically like a murder mystery on like a really luxury resort, like a 4 seasons,
but like with celebrities.
No, not with celebrities. Like rich, like just rich 1%ers, like who else would go stay at these resorts? They're like $10,000 a night, but like, you know, like a bunch of very superficial rich people like go all to these resorts, and it's like about all the weird people you meet on vacation. But White Lotus specifically is like they find the weirdest storylines and just throw them all together. And so even though you're trying to figure out like a mystery, you're also going like, wait, what is happening right now? Like, it's definitely a show that it's quirky, it's weird. Like, you have to let it be weird if you think that so it's not a show for everyone, but apparently it is because everybody seems to love it. But
yeah, everybody is like
this season, and every season's in a different resort. The same resort, but different location. So this year's in Thailand, and it's all new people. It's all new rich people with their own problems. But there's one family, which Patrick Schwarzenegger is like the older brother. It's like 3 kids and like their parents, and like they're staying at this resort.
So it's actors pretending to be in these families of the 1%.
Well, it's actors acting in the show. I'm confused what you mean. All actors are pretending to be people.
I told you I'm very confused. Because, see, like, you were like, it's about people that go on vacation. So I'm thinking it's like,
so like
real life. I'm thinking it's like jury duty, but like real life people with
no,
celebrities mixed
it's
in.
actors. They're actors. In real life, they're actors playing characters on this show. Like a normal TV show. I'm so confused. I mean, there's one character in this season that is an actress, but she's not herself, if that's what you're asking.
Never mind. Just end it.
Okay.
So
anyway, this season has a couple of weirdos, okay? There's this one family from like North Carolina area that is, the dad is Lucius Malfoy from Harry Potter. You don't know it. Okay. The mom is Parker Posey. These are all actors I'm naming.
Yeah,
for
I
the
got
record,
it.
Okay. Patrick Schwarzenegger is the oldest brother, and then I don't know who the two younger siblings are. It's a boy and a girl, but this family is weird. Okay, like within the very first episode, Patrick Schwarzenegger is like a total like dog douche, like sicko. And then you get the feeling like halfway through episode 1 that like all these siblings kind of want to bang each other. It's like very weird. but like that's
What
not
is
the kind
this
of
on?
show. That's not the kind of show I'm trying to watch here. So I'm very confused.
What is this on?
HBO. And then there's another group of people at this resort. It's 3 women in like their like 40s, and they are the classic like 3
Girls
best
trip.
friends since childhood, but all they do is talk shit about each other behind their backs. And they're the most relatable, obviously, because everybody has that friends group that like you're all biffles and you know, oh my god, we've known each other forever. I love you guys so much. And then one leaves the room and they're like, actually, like she's really like not looking good lately. Like, you know, like really starting to talk shit. So they're interesting. And then I'm not gonna get into other details just because I don't want to confuse you even more, but it's just very interesting. And the theme song is always like a beat, like of some really weird music. And so if you're not watching it, I recommend it. Not to you, because I know you would be completely.
No,
I mean, give it a
like
try.
now I'm like, wait, what do you mean?
But you can start with season 1. I mean, each season is separate. Like they're like it's like
right,
an
like
anthology.
I don't have to like I could just like watch it. However,
although I disagree this season because there are a couple of characters from last season that make an appearance in this season, but they're like side characters. They're not like a main part of the story. So like it's more just like, oh, look, he's here now, but like it's not really like that related. So yeah, so weird TV, good TV.
Speaking of jury duty though, it is apparently coming back.
Really?
Well, I don't know how it's like if it's coming back exactly the same, but I did see somewhere like season 2 coming. So I'm wondering how they're doing that because like everybody and their mother watched it. So like I wonder if they're gonna like change it up and it's not gonna be like a jury, but it's gonna be like something like some other civic duty.
Yeah, I think that's the only other way they can make it continue to be believable is if it can't be like a jury every season.
No,
like it needs to be something else.
Yeah,
it needs to be like a day at the DMV or like something like that.
That would be fucking hilarious. Like or like just DMV workers in general, like. And that 4-hour shift is like totally fake.
It's basically going to become like an Impractical Jokers show, but like much better acted.
Oh my god, so much better. It's going to be so funny. Oh wow.
Yeah.
I like all the people being in on the joke except for the one person though. But poor Ronald, he needed so much therapy.
I wonder who Ronald is nowadays. I wonder if him and James Marsden are still buddies.
I feel like James Marsden cannot unfriend that man just for the dramatics that they put him through.
Like after the show, they made like a whole thing about how like they also have a group chat. Like they are all very friendly now, but that was like 4 years ago. Like, do we think they're still friendly? I don't know.
Probably friendly enough to like not like texting on the reg, but like making jokes about themselves probably and like things that like happened or like things that happen outside of work that like remind them of like when they were on the show. Also, guys, we have to that we're up to date on the pop culture this week because we're recording today. But the Ice Princess died.
Oh my God, Harriet the Spy.
I'm literally so sad. So, like, when I tell you that I saw this in the elevator at work, and like, I literally was like, oh, the Ice Princess. Like, I'm
know.
not even kidding you. That was like my exact reaction. And like, the headline of it, like, I understand that she was like well known for Gossip Girl and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but like, she was well known for Harriet the Spy and also the Ice Princess too. So, like,
Well,
maybe.
they usually in headlines put like the most recent things they're in.
Yeah, but Buffy was like not that recent. Like
I
Ice
guess
Princess
not.
was after Gossip Girl. Was before Gossip Girl and after Buffy. So like we should have called her the Ice Princess. Just
Was it
saying.
after Buffy?
Yeah, they've like
Oh,
I'm pretty sure because Buffy was like when we were Buffy was like not. I don't know. My cousins watched Buffy. I was like too young and
it
afraid of
was on
Buffy.
until the early 2000s.
Was it?
I thought she was like well into her teenage years on Buffy. Like she was like a preteen in Ice
Oh,
Princess.
maybe she was. I don't know.
And she was a
No,
child in Harriet the Spy,
no,
so
she was a child in
but I
Harriet
love
the
that
Spy.
movie.
But
But
hold
very
on.
sad. She was young, obviously. She was in her 30s, so we
Yeah,
don't know
but
what happened there.
they said that she recently had a liver transplant
Oh,
and it could have been from complications of the liver transplant. They don't think that whole like foul play or anything was involved.
that's sad.
But they're going to do an autopsy to find out if it was from the surgery, but it seems like it could have very much been like some sort of like from the surgery, like I don't
Oh,
know,
okay.
back.
I hope so, because otherwise she'd just be yet another child star that who knows what else happened if that's not the
Why can't I
case.
think of her name right now? What's her name?
Michelle
Michelle.
Trachtenberg, something like that.
There she is.
So
Okay.
yeah, Georgina Sparks on Gossip Girl,
Oh my,
and
she was fantastic as Georgina. She was petrifying.
yeah,
Buffy, she was in it from 2000 to 2003.
yeah, that's post Ice Princess.
She was also in Inspector Gadget.
Yes, she was an Inspector Gadget. Oh, that
Oh,
was a
she
great
was in
movie.
17 again, also.
Yes, she played the daughter.
Okay, hold on. It says that she was only in 2 episodes of Gossip Girl. That cannot be right.
Um, maybe that's right. Of the is that the new one?
No, because that said 22, 20. Oh, yeah. 22, 23. Sorry, so yes. So 28 episodes of the old one. I was like, she
Yeah,
sparked
that
way
makes
too
more
much
sense.
drama to just be in two
Yeah,
episodes.
she was in the reboot, I guess, for some reason. I never watched
She
that.
hold on, the Ice Princess. When was it? I just need to know what year it came out.
I would guess it could have been around the same time as Buffy.
Maybe. Ice
Like,
Princess 2005.
oh,
Told
okay.
you it
We
was
were 12.
after.
That makes sense. Okay,
Yeah.
I stand corrected. Either
So
way, another piece of our childhood. That's sad.
I know, like it's just like very weird when like people our age start like she's not that much older than us, you know what I mean? And
No.
like we grew up with this like she was in a lot of
Yeah.
things that we grew up with. So like that's a little too real for me, you know?
There are people that like you always think of as child stars because you grew up with them. So it's like
Right.
weird.
Yes, very weird. So that was that
So
in
R.I.P.
today's unfortunate news. Okay, back to my ridiculous thing that I thought of while driving because I was eating a bagel. And this is my problem. I don't know if everybody has this problem, but does anybody else like hiccup as soon as you start eating? Or is that just like a me thing?
Might be a you thing.
Specifically when I eat bagels, this happens. Every first bite, I hiccup. And then the other day,
Do
I
you
made
take like a big gulp of air before you start eating? Like,
I don't think so. And then I went to eat chicken cutlets the other night, and it was like a straight up hiccup when I went to eat the first bite of chicken cutlets.
that's
I'm like, why
weird.
does this always happen to me?
And it's not just like when you're pregnant, this is all the time.
No, this is like, yeah, I mean, very frequently. Mostly when I eat bread. I don't really know.
I,
Maybe it's the
I,
air in the bread.
I think it's a mental thing. You said it's before you start
No,
eating
no,
it.
no, no. Like as I'm taking the first bite, and then it's like I go to swallow the first bite, and it's like,
Do you get hiccups when you eat popcorn? because that's air popped thick corn. Like your bread thing holds no water. Makes absolutely no sense.
Okay,
Because
I'm
there's
just
air in
saying.
it. There's
Also,
air in
that
everything.
might have also not been the ridiculous thing, but it was something I thought of while driving. So I think it was the ridiculous thing. But this is what pregnancy brain does to you guys. Like, I'm
Hiccuping
writing
while
down notes.
eating. I have to Google this. We're gonna WebMD this.
Okay.
Hiccuping
No, it's
while
probably gonna say that I'm dying, Toni-ann.
eating. Involuntary spasms of the diaphragm can occur when you eat too quickly.
It's my first bite. How am I eating too quickly?
Other causes can include eating something hot or spicy, no, a bloated stomach, certain medications, or just feeling nervous. So maybe you're just nervous.
Just nervous about the bagel. Okay. Anyway, speaking of nerves.
It says you could be swallowing air, but
yeah, let's go with that. It's
how much air are you swallowing that this happens every time?
I don't know, but they don't last. Like, it's like a singular or like 2 to 3 hiccups and done.
I can't ever say that I've had a hiccuping problem while I'm trying to eat a meal.
I feel like this is going to cause me to hiccup, so we have to stop talking about it.
It's a placebo
anyway, effect. We officially started potty training this weekend.
Yay.
We're doing good. But like, this is not for the weak. It's not for the weak.
Well, I'm proud of her.
Yeah, no, I am proud of her too. She's doing good. Like, yesterday was the first time that she went to my mom's, like, since we started. So she went for her one time on the potty, and then she didn't go again all day, and she wouldn't come when she went home. So, like, this morning, I'm like, how am I going to get this kid to pee at their house? So I'm like, oh my goodness, we ordered more underwear. And she was like, oh, yeah. I'm like, okay, do you think we should pick out 2 pairs that we can bring to Mimi's house? And then you could show Mimi how you don't go potty in your underwear? And she's like, yeah. So we go through all the underwear, we pick out 2, put it in the diaper bag. Great, wonderful, amazing. Get to my mom's, and I'm like, do you want to put on your underwear? And she's like, no. I'm like, okay, this is going to go over real well. Like, an hour later, my mom's like, we did 2 peepees already. I'm like, yes, amazing. Yay! So the underwear worked all day, which is great. So
great. Don't we love how, like, kids we're talking about, like, her, like, peeing. Like, it's just like,
I know.
This is how we get people to go to the bathroom. Like, the circle of the human life is fascinating.
It's just so, like, interesting, right? I know. But she is very entertaining because she is. And now she knows that she gets, like, a little treat after she goes. It's, like, hilarious because she calls it her dessert. I'm like, no, okay, dessert, fine. So that's been funny. But yeah, that's the only other thing that went on this week. And then there was sports news.
Oh yes, let's move on to our sports news.
Yes.
Which really, we don't have much Mets news this week.
I mean, I feel like the only Mets news this week is Juan Soto got up to bat and he hit a home run his first at bat. That's it. Yes. That's all that happened.
Oh,
spring training started.
I also noticed today that they're in the minor leagues testing out challenging balls and strikes now. Did you see that?
Why are we doing that?
And Juan Soto did a challenge during spring training and was successful with it. But, like,
this is stupid.
I don't like that.
No, like, come on, guys. This is going to be ridiculous. This is just going to increase the pitch count. It's going to be more reasons for these people to pull down earlier. Like, no. We don't want that. We didn't ask for that. Nobody asked for that. Stop automating the game. I'm okay with, like, the 2 challenge rule because when things are, like, obviously or, like, a close call that could change the entire course of the game. And it's not like a challenge in football. Like, I feel like the challenges in baseball are pretty good with being, like, ruled in whatever favor they should go. Some are very too close to overturn. Right. But no one's out here, like, with blatant calls that you're challenging. Like, it takes 36 seconds for them to be like, sometimes they put the headphones on and they're like, change it right off. Like,
right.
You know?
And football, sometimes they use them as, like, timeout strategies, whereas, like, baseball, like, I feel like you really have to use a challenge if you really believe that it should be overturned. So
exactly.
But yeah, the balls and strikes is gonna be weird.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, but Mets have been pretty quiet so far, spring training. But in Yankees land, because we love talking about the woes of Yankees land, there was 2 things. One was that they have announced that they're no longer playing New York when they lose.
Okay, but this is the thing. I worked there for how many seasons? 3? 3?
Yeah.
4? Maybe? I don't know. At least 3. I worked there for 3 seasons. I don't remember them playing New York when they lost.
Apparently they played it after every single home game.
No. Like, I understand, but like, I genuinely only remember playing and being like, shut the fuck up every single time they won.
Right.
I don't remember it not like playing when they lost because I feel like,
you're just happy to be getting out
there.
Yeah,
I was happy that the workday was over. The
but
other
it makes
thing
sense
that I think is funny about this is that they're apparently playing other Frank Sinatra songs when they lose. And apparently, and I don't know if this is satire, but apparently they're going to play That's Life when they lose instead.
That's hilarious.
And like, I'm just thinking about going to, like, if we ever went to a Subway Series there again, which we won't, but if we did, like, imagine the Mets beating them in the Subway Series and then That's
all
Life.
The Mets fans like break out into That's Life.
Like, amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Hilarious. No, yeah, like, because that's how we always felt about when they played like Piano Man in the 8th inning and we're down like 10 runs. Like, it just shouldn't be happening.
No, but I thought they always played it even if they were losing. And then they got rid of it. But I felt like Piano Man was always to like get the masses like going again to like.
But I didn't want it. If we were losing by 10 runs, I didn't want it.
I understand. Felt like it was didn't want it, but when they stopped doing it, I didn't like that they stopped doing it personally. I guess. But I just think like, I don't know, like I can't imagine like as a fan your team loses and we're playing music. Like I can't imagine that.
Yeah.
But I'm you want to listen to That's Life after you lose, you got it.
You can't play Back in the New York Groove after a loss. Like
no, you can't. You definitely can't.
So I understand, but that just goes to show that the New York Yankees and Yankee Stadium was just not a true baseball stadium. It was a tourism center because
it's literally a museum.
It's a museum / tourism center because they want all the tourists from out of town that come to see the New York Yankees. The tourists want to hear New York when they're leaving. So Who cares if we won or lost? So I guess this is their way of saying, no, guys, we actually are a baseball stadium. Sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. But how do you feel about the well-groomed beards? Because I feel like George Steinbrenner is definitely rolling in his grave at his son making this decision.
Absolutely rolling in his grave. But I feel like they're starting. I think that losing Juan Soto really was like a trigger for them because they have been called like lame by so many people, and everybody's like, oh, that's why he left. Like he didn't want to be part of this like lame place that had like so many rules. So like now all of a sudden they're making all these changes. Like, no guys, we're cool. We promise. Like you could have well-groomed beards now.
Right, which like I don't know. It kind of feels like I feel like I don't want them to have beard. Like I feel like I'm a very traditional person, so I'm like, you should all be in solidarity to be like, no, we don't want to have beards because we came to this team knowing that we weren't allowed to have beards. Like, I don't know. Like, I get it, but like, no. Like, do your stupid weird porn stashes for your rallies and whatever you have to do, but like, you can have fun without growing a beard. I feel like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like.
Well, you can, but the Yankees don't know how to. So they're realizing if we want some more of the more fun baseball players in the MLB these days, we maybe should let them have beards because there's some players that will refuse to go there just because they are not changing their facial hair.
Johnny Damon chopped his hair off and shaved his beard for that team. So you know what? I feel
and lost all his personality.
Well, yeah, that happens to anybody that goes to the Yankees, but
exactly.
I feel like we should not be victim. Like, if we put him through that, everybody should have to go through that.
I could just picture, like, imagine that guy, like, Brandon Marsh on the Phillies goes to the Yankees.
No, because he's literally Forrest Gump.
His hair, his slicked oil hair still makes me...
I can't talk about it. I literally cannot.
And that is still not allowed. That's not well groomed. So
Yeah, no, that is not groomed at all.
no. So we'll see.
I need to
Yankees,
know how he steps on the field and his hair looks that greasy. Like, it's not sweat from the game.
No,
If it was sweat from the game, that would be something else. But it's like he
oil.
took, yeah, it's like he greased it up. Like, what? Why?
It's like
Why?
patchouli oil.
Petroleum jelly?
No, not petroleum. Maybe, but no, the patchouli, like that people put in their braids.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never heard of this.
You know why you never heard of this?
Because I don't have braids.
Because you're white.
That was not okay.
Okay, but anybody that's not would understand what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's who puts petroleum oil in their hair.
Okay. Anyway.
I'm not being racist. That's just a fact. It's literally a fact. Oh my God. You're the one calling me racist. Anyway, so it could be that. It could be petroleum jelly.
I think it's the delivery that just has me like, what do you say?
So yeah, so he's not going to come to the Yankees, and we'll see if adding a little bit of facial hair all of a sudden makes the Yankees cool, but sorry, it's not going to happen.
I feel like the rivalry is a little more alive though with Juan Soto leaving. Like, I feel like he brought us to life. Like, and the Yankees players are in no way, shape, or form surprised that he has come to the Mets. They're like Aaron Judge did a interview. Sorry, I'm getting heartburn like by the minute.
I thought you were gonna start hiccuping.
No, the Tums are not over here, and I need them. But
now you're yawning.
No,
bodily functions happening here.
No, this is rough. But like Aaron Judge did a interview, and he literally was like, "No, I'm happy for him. That's where he wanted to be, and you know what? Like, we still get to play each other, so like." It'll just make it that much more fun to play against each other. And I'm like, can you repeat that again? Like, that's where he wanted to be? Because no one's ever uttered those words, and it feels good for somebody to want to be on our team.
It's so great. It is so great. I'm like, I do think we feel like the Subway Series is going to be like revitalized this year, but really more on our side, because I definitely think the pendulum has swung our way. Like, and Juan Soto has a lot to do with it, but
I feel like I can't believe, though, that the pendulum has swung. Like, even though the pendulum may have swung our way, like, I will never feel at ease because of the tournament.
Isn't that crazy that the pendulum has swung our way? They literally made a World Series appearance last year, and everybody still counts it as a bum season. Whereas we had this, like, crazy run, didn't make it to the World Series, and everybody's like, wow, the Mets are great. Like, it's like, we're just fun. Like, Mets have more fun. That's what it is.
We do have more fun.
Come on down, peeps.
Well, we want quality, not quantity.
Yeah, that's true. I take back what I said.
I still haven't watched the yearbook, but like we still don't have Jose Iglesias on our team. I'm like, I don't know. I know, but I don't know how to cope with it. Like, I don't know how to cope with the 2024 Mets are no longer. We need to move on with our lives. I don't know how.
We need the 2025 season to start. That's how we'll start to move on.
Yeah, that's true. But I can't move on until it starts. And even when it starts, I don't know if I'm going to like it.
We need to, when is opening day? It's like March 30th or something, right? It's usually like that last weekend of March, right?
Yeah, I think so. Lately, at least.
Well, whenever opening day is, that week when we have a episode leading into it, we're going to have to make our season predictions with wins, losses, weird moments. We're going to have to like do a whole special on that.
Oh, Jesus.
What do you mean, oh, Jesus? I think that'll be so fun.
Oh, it says, oh, no, that's the home openers, Friday, April 4th.
No, they're in Houston for opening day.
I know, but I looked up opening day, and it's like only giving me their home opener. Like, I don't want that.
I think it's like March, like 28th or something.
All right, let's baseball opening day 2025. Let's try that. March 27th.
Okay, so it's
except for the Colorado Rockies and the Tampa Bay Rays, which was rescheduled to March 28th due to work at Rays temporary ground Steinbrenner Field.
Oh, right. I forgot that happened. That was this year that their field got ripped apart. Oh my God. Yeah. Wow. Steinbrenner
Which
Field.
means they need a whole day to redo all the grass from it saying Yankees to putting Tampa Bay Rays logos
true,
around the
because there's
stadium.
spring training.
Yes.
All right, whatever. It's good. At least the Rays don't have to travel far.
It's just so interesting, though, that, like, you're playing baseball in a minor league stadium. Like,
They
imagine...
don't have that many fans, so it's fine.
I know, but imagine if the Mets or the Yankees had to do that, how cutthroat it would be. You'd have to do, like, a lottery for the tickets.
No, yeah. They wouldn't be able to do that.
No, I
It
know
wouldn't
they
make any
wouldn't, but...
sense. Yeah.
They would have to literally, like, make, like, MetLife into a baseball stadium like they did when the Marlins were waiting for their team.
They would have to do that. They can make it happen.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, all right.
Anyway, I think that's all we got. That's all she wrote.
This pregnant lady's falling asleep by the minute.
Yeah. I need a not flat. I need to just get regular water because the flat seltzer is not doing it for me.
Maybe you need like one of those like soda stream things so you could just make your own sparkling water like fresh, like right before you need it.
Canada Dry, you will be hearing from my attorneys, aka my fingers, because I will be tweeting.
So you want me to get you a soda stream for your birthday? Understood.
Wait, you just put regular water in it? That's all you need to do?
Yeah, and it carbonates it.
Yeah, but I like it flavored.
They have flavored cartridges for you to do that.
I'll think about it.
Okay.
My birthday is coming up.
Okay, relax. It's not even March yet.
It's not, I know. Okay. On that note, everybody have a great weekend.
Yes.
Happy March. By the time you are listening to this, it will be the final day of February. So
crazy.
Very quick month. And we'll talk to you next week.
Yes.
And that's it.
Thanks for being our friend. I almost embarrassed
I thought you were just going to end the episode on yes.
Nope. I almost embarrassed myself, and I'll let you know what I was going to say after we hit end recording.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Hi, friends. Wow, you listened to the whole thing. Thanks for listening. Please be sure to subscribe on YouTube and your favorite podcast platform and share it with your friends. Ratings, reviews, and comments help as well. See you next week. Thanks for being our friend.